Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Leaders Live. Bear with me one moment as I invite our special guest to I hope that wherever you are tonight, that this message finds you happy and well. Hello, Beth.
What's happening?
What's happening? Welcome to episode 101 of Leaders Live. I am so happy and grateful to have you on as the very first guest. Divinely meant to be in all the ways, as we will uncover our story and your story in just a few moments.
Awesome sauce.
As you are the first guest of Leaders Live, I just wanted to take one moment to set the intention of this project, to set the intention of why we are here in this space and in this time right now. I just feel super passionate about connecting leaders, people that are out there in the world doing their thing and following their own drumbeat and finding success in that, however we define success. And really the intention behind this project is to inspire others. When we inspire others, we inspire ourselves. Everywhere that we go in life, people are out there doing something different than us, similar than us, whatever it may be. But the intention is to say that we're all in this together. We're all walking this earthly plane together. And why not pass on wisdom and knowledge and information that has helped us get to where we are today? Because someone needs to hear that message. So whether that person is here live with us tonight, or this is going to be recorded as well. So whether this is heard tonight or in a year or 4 years from now, trusting that this message and whatever comes through in our conversation is what is meant to be. And that is the true intention of Leaders Live, is to have fun and bring in passion and do it, but it's at the same time super meaningful, because we're talking about work. We're talking about changing people's lives. We're talking about businesses and entrepreneurship and balancing personal and work life. And so it's for lack of a better word, serious stuff, but we're doing it through the lens of humor, which that's kind of like what the trick of life is all about, you know?
Oh, true.
And no better than to have Beth Leas on for episode 101, because when I think of Beth, and many people do, as they message and commented to me today about how amazing your laugh is. Your presence, your laughter, the way that you bring comedy and humor in is truly healing and truly connecting for a lot of people. And so that is one of the lenses that we're going to be kind of taking this tour on tonight. But the overarching theme of what I would love for Beth to share her wisdom on is how she has created a vibrant community. She's a community builder, a community leader, and has done this in a space of physical space, bringing people together, and also virtually. So that is no easy task, may I say. Not a task. It sounds like, oh, it's great. Like, let's get everybody together. But, ooh, there's challenge. There's challenge involved in that. So
there's challenges in everything, Alexa.
There certainly is, right? Such is life. Such is life. But to find the humor in it is the way to come through it all. So without further ado, episode 101 of Leaders Live. Beth Leas here,
baby.
Talking about community, vibrancy in community, and bringing in humor into all of it. So,
I love that. And I love that our connection, you know, we've known each other for, I don't know, a while now, and you inspire me. So I love that.
Thank you, as you inspire me. Should we just do like a little preview of how when two leaders come together and they're on the same vibe, how something is born.
Yeah.
And so Beth and I have known each other for like over 6 years now. And I don't know, Beth, if like had we had like even tea at this point yet, where I was like, I need to meet with you, Beth.
Well, no, because I think we met at Carol's open house or something that she had of Harmony Yoga Studio. The first time you took a workshop that Carol and I were leading. And then you became a TLC member, Tribe TLC member. And then that serendipitous, synchronistic thing happened where I had a meeting with someone who was like, I love what you're doing with your community in Fairfield County. You know, you could do that in Westchester County too. And I was like, no. And she asked the question, what would it take for you to do that? And I was just like, oh. I felt like it was one of those moments where the universe is like knocking on my door, was knocking on the door and saying, hello, pay attention. I was like, oh, I guess I just need a place to meet. That's all I need is a place to meet, because I had been leading Tribe TLC for, I don't know, almost 20 years at that point. So I know how I build community. It's not a magic process. But I was like, oh, the universe is going, knock, knock, Westchester County. So I said, I just need a place to meet. I don't know anything about Westchester County. And I went home that day and Googled, like got a domain name for Westchester County for Tribe TLC. And then you texted me at the same time that I was doing that. And you were like, hey, can you meet me in Stamford tomorrow? I need to talk to you.
Again, like we hadn't established that one-on-one connection yet. You're like, all right, what is Alexa going to blow through here and say? And I said, look, I have a space in Westchester. I want you to bring Tribe TLC to Westchester. Are you open for it? And you were like, I bought the domain name last night. So to anyone that's listening, follow that gut instinct. Follow, even though you're like, you sense, like you just said, like you're like, oh, I don't want to open that door, but it's knocking. I don't want to open it. It's knocking. And like, how many of us are like, oh, change. Oh no. What else to add to the plate? But you got to open the door.
You got to show up and you got to open the door.
You do. You definitely do. And you did that and we did that. And now Westchester County Tribe TLC is flourishing just as Fairfield County is. And look at that. So everything is meant to be. And that's like a perfect example of, I think, like supporting one another as well. Like you were doing something, I'm doing something. How can we work together to take our visions and bring them to life and expand them more than we even knew that we could?
Yeah.
So,
and that's all about abundance, right? Seeing the world as an abundant place.
Ooh. So I was going to ask you that specific question tonight. This is like a little teaser of other things to come, but what does the word abundance mean to you? Can you just reiterate what you said?
Yeah. I just think abundance is an attitude and a belief that there's enough of everything out there for everybody. Opening yourself to the flow of things and to gratitude and just knowing that there's enough out there for everybody.
Beautiful. There's enough out there for everybody.
Of everything.
Of literally everything,
of
right?
Everything.
It's all under the umbrella. Everything is encompassed. But the key in what you said in all this is the attitude. Yeah. You have to believe that. You have to feel that. You have to follow that. And that's really the key.
Yeah.
So there's one other thing that you said earlier about community building. And you're so good at it that you were like, oh, there's nothing magic to this. Like, it's, you know, it's what it is. Like, you just build a community. So some people listening are going to be like, what the heck, Beth? How? I'm trying to build my community in business. I'm trying to be seen more. I'm trying to expand. So what is, if you could break it down, what is like the magic and the special sauce, if you will, to going in to creating the communities that you have?
Well, I see it as like, it's like wanting the best for everybody, and yourself included. I see life as really all about relationships and building a network, which will serve you in all ways in your life. And it's all about nurturing those relationships. And it's about being open to creating those relationships and being there for people in ways without it being transactional. I think we spend a lot of time thinking, well, if I give this, then I can get that. But I don't really see things like that. I see things as just being open-hearted and open-minded about things, and really trying to meet people and wanting the best for them and supporting them in getting that in any way that I can.
And it's beautifully said. And is that where you feel like your most business success comes from?
I do.
Yes. I have a very vivid vision of you this past summer, and we were out at a networking event on the lawn. And just very nonchalantly, you just opened up your phone and you went, whoa, okay. Someone I don't know just paid for and purchased my highest package offering. That's awesome. Closed your phone and continued on. So I was like, oh, okay, Beth. Like, to me, you exemplify like being present with where you are, and not stressing about, oh my gosh, okay, I have to sell this, I have to do this. I definitely not salesy in any way, just being present. And like you said, nurturing relationships. And from that, you have acquired a very extensive community. I mean, how many people do you have in your community right now, roughly?
Oh, over 120 holistic practitioners and wellness entrepreneurs.
All across.
And that just continues to grow and expand.
Yes. And for those people that aren't 100% clear on like what a holistic practitioner is, can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So it used to be in the old days when I started this community in 1997, that was mostly naturopaths, chiropractors, acupuncturists, massage therapists, energy workers, like that. But over the past, 10 years or so, it's really expanded to be anybody who sees life in a holistic way, or who is interested in having, whose target audience is holistic practitioners. So that includes financial advisors now, attorneys, mediators, things that you wouldn't necessarily think of as holistic practitioners. But it's such a wide group of people, which I love.
You just got me so excited by saying that, because you can see the transformation in how it is that we are redefining work. So the fact that someone in a law position or an accounting position will gravitate towards a networking community that's branded very clearly, right, as holistic practitioners, Tribe TLC, and they're like, I'm in. To me, it just represents the shift that we've gone through, especially over like the last 2 or 3 years. But like, we're redefining what our work is and how we show up and what these titles are. I mean, do you have on your title page like cosmic mixologist, right? Like,
for me, yeah.
Right? Like, you have like titling ourselves. Like, that was something I feel like back in the day was so like, it's on my business card and this is who I am. But now we recognize how multi-dimensional we really are. And it's so cool to see people that are in different industries that are like, no, you know what? this is what I'm focused on, but I feel really comfortable in this like holistic niche that feels like it's part of my work. And that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. So in terms of building community, some of my, I always say we're the anti-BNI, which really isn't fair to a BNI group because I've never been to one. But the ways in which we're different is that it's open to everybody. Mm-hmm. So we don't have one acupuncturist, one massage therapist. We have lots of everything. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that for me is that we learn from each other, and there's that attitude of abundance. There's plenty of work for all of us. Mm-hmm. And we're stronger together than we are separate. I founded Tribe TLC on the premise that the light of a single candle burns brighter in a gathering. And so to me, that's the power of community.
That's gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's powerful because looking at a single entrepreneur by yourself, we entrepreneurs and practitioners tend to be secluded in their own little worlds behind a closed door or behind a screen. And in order to be seen and to attract, we need to gather together. That's why I feel community is so important.
That's beautiful, and ties totally into how you encaptured the word abundance. Abundance, community, relationship building, all is in the same pot, so to speak. And love and light to BNI, they're doing their thing, but you're right. I mean, there's like a limiting belief in saying like, oh, we can only have one of this kind. Only one of this person can shine. When in reality, you can use it as any profession: real estate, attorneys, life coaches, the list goes on. Every single person brings their own unique dynamic into that role. So you're not going to be the life coach for everybody. You're not going to be the realtor for everybody. Everybody speaks a different language. And so, yeah, there's plenty to go around, as you said. So
there's the power of collaboration, lots of people in Tribe TLC collaborate with each other. Yoga teachers will get together and do a class or a workshop together. It's just, we learn from one another. So yeah, I really believe in the power of collaboration.
We do. And we just got a beautiful comment of agree. We're all on different paths and there are enough flowers to fill everyone's basket.
I love that.
Oh, this is so fun. This is fun. Okay. So can you tell us about the first thing that comes to mind, because as we started off this conversation, challenge is inevitable, right? There's always challenge. But what's one challenge in your leadership, in your career, that you had to overcome, and like, how did you navigate that?
So the thing that comes to mind is I had a physical holistic health center for 20 years. We celebrated our 20th birthday. We were on East Avenue in Norwalk for 20 years. And we celebrated that birthday, and a week later I got a certified letter in the mail from the landlord saying, guess what, we sold the building, you've got a month to get out.
Woohoo!
And it was a woohoo moment, and I recognized the moment when it happened. That's not to say I wasn't afraid, and I wasn't that I wasn't like, oh. But I recognized it as an opportunity to hit the pause button. I had spent 20 years, creating this center and having my private practice there. And, but I knew that this was an opportunity just to step into the unknown for a little bit, rather than, I knew I could create another center down the road. And, but I was like, maybe this is like, the time is just to like change things up. So my big fear was letting go of the community, because I didn't have the foresight to see how, by giving up the space, I didn't have to give up the community. I did not see that. I did not have that vision.
Well, thank you for being honest about that, right? Because some people are like,
I mean,
oh, no, I
honestly,
saw it coming.
I didn't start off building this community having a big vision. I can usually see like 3 months down the road, but like then everything beyond that is kind of like this misty path that I can't really see beyond that little veil there, you know? But I can see just enough to keep moving forward a little bit. So it's not like I started off with a big, huge vision about what this was going to be. I always just see a little bit and go, yeah, I can do that. You know, like little bite-sized chunks. But so I hit the pause button, and I thought I was going to have to give up the community that I had spent 20 years creating. But I knew that I didn't want to carry around the ball and chain of having to run a center. That's not the part of the community that really brought me joy. The joy comes for me in the relationships. And so I found another place to do my private practice, and I thought, well, that's the end of the TLC community. But then I started like going, well, maybe we could like meet at a restaurant. And then maybe we could meet at Dr. So-and-so's office, who's a TLC member in Westport. Or maybe we could, you know, have like a fun open house at some yoga studio, right? And when I started doing that, because we weren't a dot on a Google map anymore, we expanded the energy, and we became throughout Fairfield County, which just grew the energy and grew our attraction for other holistic practitioners and wellness entrepreneurs. And things started moving and shaking in a much bigger way.
Hey, 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 hey. And here you are today.
And here I am today. And it's kind of cool.
You just said a lot of amazing things, but two things that I was going to pick right out from that is, to anybody that's hearing this, if you think, oh my gosh, like something just came and knocked me out, like you could have easily been like, I'm going to close up the shop. Like, that's it. I just celebrated my 20th anniversary. The landlord's kicking me up. That means that my business is gone. But like, you actually took that and rerouted that, changed your perspective and said, okay, well, actually, what is possible here? And so I think that's like really key for us to hear, because if you get met with failure or a door closed or all these sort of things, and you're like, well, this is not meant to be, challenge that, you know, challenge that in your mind. And then the other thing that you said that was just like a golden nugget is about how, you know, not seeing fully past like a 3 months. And so it's about the baby steps. It's about the steps all in between all of that. Okay, yeah, I see that kind of. And I don't really see that far out, but I can see today and I can see tomorrow. So following that,
Just got to show up and keep on moving, baby.
Exactly. So, okay, let's talk. So that's physical space, where you physically brought people together in your own container, and then that expanded out to different people's offices, which was awesome. Let's use business terms, like marketing for people, right? And also, in a holistic term, energy moving, because you're all around, you're bringing people to different locations, and the buzz and the words and all that stuff starts, you know, gravitating out. So take me to 2020, when the whole world shut down and you're like, all right, here I am again.
Yeah.
Doors are closed.
It was another big opportunity, which was exciting for me, because I never, ever, ever thought about doing online networking. That thought never crossed my mind. It's not anything I ever would have come up with, but I really like it. So we just pivoted from doing, well, we always kept the in-person events, but they were less and less attended as COVID grew and grew and grew. And we did more and more online networking. And I love the online networking. I love using the breakout rooms for more intimate networking. I love the mute all button. um, it's just a different way to have fun. So we thought of lots of really fun ways to use the Zoom rooms, and do some online fun things. We had art shows, we did member exchanges online, we did just lots of fun events.
Honestly, keeping people connected when people felt very disconnected, lonely. I mean, being an entrepreneur and a business owner, especially, you can have your days of, oh, there's not a team around me, there's not an office around me, you know? And so, especially during that time, I know that you were vital and keeping these business owners connected and having some sort of somewhat of passion. And so, hugely important for all of our mental health and wellness during that time.
And
And you were,
we also signed up a lot of people, a lot of new members during COVID, people that I had never met in person, that I didn't know at all from
mm-hmm,
pre-COVID stuff, because people were really longing for that sense of community and connection.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so now to this day, you have found a way to integrate both.
Yeah. So now I would never go back to doing just one or the other. Totally doing both.
Yep. And as a personal story between this is you and I here. We have, I mean, I love to be in physical space with people. I think that's amazing to, you know, we're human beings, right? To be in a physical space is awesome. Beth and I now have tried to get together probably 6, 7 times in the last few months, and every single time, to Beth's credit of patience, I have had to cancel because my beautiful toddler has gotten picked up everything from school, and being in pregnancy, I just picked everything up, and you know, I was really protecting Beth from God only knows what's going on. But so with that said, is that it could not happen physically for months and months and months. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, all right, I get this download, as I like to call it, about Leaders Live is happening. We're interviewing passionate leaders, and we're going to help people. We're going to shine light and give them a platform. I'm reaching out to Beth, and it was like, bing, bang, boom, that's done. Beth, you're on a different coast right now. Okay, we are thousands of miles away from each other, and this is the first time that we're able to see each other. And so it's like, what a gift of this virtual space that we have. What a gift of technology when everything can come in balance. So you have found a way to do that in your business, which is awesome, hugely awesome, and inspiring others to go out and do the same. So
Woohoo for us.
well. Yes, another comment is community is so powerful for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes, snaps to that. Snaps to that, because look, we're not meant to do it alone. Whatever it may be, business, personal, you know, taking care of children, taking care of our parents, we're just not meant to do it all on our own. And so leaning on each other and gaining different experiences and saying, hey, I can help you out with that. I could do this. This is what I've walked through. Let me, you know, teach you what worked for me. That's what we're meant to do. So
exactly.
It is powerful. So 3 words that describe what is your business founded on? We kind of answered this, but let's reiterate. So I think number 1 would be community.
I would say community for sure.
Yep.
Connection,
mm-hmm.
and collaboration.
You got those 3 C's rolling there, girl.
3 C's, baby.
Okay, community, connection, and collaboration.
And a little side order of fun.
Always. The fun is always sprinkled in through all of that. That is for sure. All right. And I've been at your networking meetings where at the end of each session or at the beginning, you also like to pose a question. So the question that I have kind of to wrap up our discussion is something that I've heard you ask before, but I'm going to mirror it back to you. So if you could have any superpower, what would it be? How would you use it? What are you doing with it? What would it be?
I would like to be invisible.
Oh, explain more, please.
Because I think it would be fun just to like travel around and see things without anybody knowing you were there.
All right, so in this invisibility cloak, where's the first place that you're going?
Ooh, I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe I'll go back in time in my invisibility cloak. Can I have both of those superpowers?
Absolutely. You could literally pull out 10 superpowers, so that could be your superpower. All right. So Beth is in her invisibility cloak going back in time.
Yeah, I'd like to go back, way back in time, like another lifetime.
All right, now we're really talking. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a conversation for another episode called Deep Hypnosis with Beth. How to travel back in time to other lifetimes to heal anything that came up so you can step in fully present in this one.
Exactly.
People are like, okay. So that's awesome. And so I'm not going to let you go yet because I have another question that wants to come out.
Okay.
For anybody that's going through a entrepreneurship journey, maybe they're just starting out on their own. What are some words of wisdom, some pieces of advice that you would give to them?
I would tell them to show up for themselves and at events, network.
Mm-hmm.
I think networking is really powerful and important for entrepreneurs. Because you get other points of view and points of reference. And just to not take things so seriously. Don't take it so seriously.
Yeah.
And
it's true.
Be open-minded.
Okay.
Willing to go with the flow.
Network, be open-minded, and be light.
Be light.
Yeah.
Light.
Yeah. And when you were talking about networking, like if we want to get down to the core of it, right? To me, I hear be seen.
Yeah.
Step out and be seen. Allow yourself to be seen in whatever it is, as we're being seen right now in this like live forum that's going to go in other places, right? And it's not, we don't have a script that we're following. So we're just doing a dance. We're doing a dance. And so it's like, all right, take those moments and say, I just decide to be seen. I decide to show up for myself, but also for others, because that's really, when you show up for you, you're showing up for somebody else.
Absolutely.
So, Bethy, all right. Oh gosh, I said 3 questions ago that was the last question, but one more just like kind of came dropping in. Okay.
Okay.
So give us a little sneak peek of what might be unfolding. I know that you said you're not necessarily seeing 100% into the future, but like if you were to take this invisibility cloak and shoot into the future for your business, what are you kind of seeing? What's like the new, what's the new transformation look like? What's the new evolution look like?
It looks like having lots of tribe TLCs throughout the United States and different countries. Yeah. All
right. You heard it here, folks, on Leaders Live. Tribe TLC is going internationally. You know, she went from a building, she out of that, took over a county outside of New York City, out of that, then migrated into New York, and now it's, you know, no holds limits here.
Go big or go home.
Love it. Go big or go home. So I am so grateful for your time here, Beth.
Thank
And
you
I
so
know that others will definitely be inspired. Be inspired. You said a lot of golden nuggets throughout this time together. So if you're joining us a little bit later or at another date and time, pause a little bit, like kind of reflect for yourself. Why would this message might be coming up for me? What is Beth saying? What did I hear that's mirroring what I'm going through in my life, and how can I apply it? And that's why we're here, to have a really fun conversation, but to help each other through whatever you're experiencing. So, episode 101 of Leaders Live with Beth Leas of Tribe TLC, going internationally soon, has come to a close. But before I let you go, Beth, I can't let you go yet. I want you to be a part of my first, I don't know what word I would like to use, but announcement, if you will, is that life is a mirror, and Beth and I are mirrors of one another in our own spaces and through our own unique talents and skill sets. And I am going to be launching something called the Abundant Business Collective.
I love it.
So thank you very much. The Abundant Business Collective is all virtual, which is super wild for me to say. As you said, I never envisioned something going virtual. I certainly have always been a community builder in physical space. So I am going to be doing an online membership that's all virtual, with the exception of people that live together or want to get together can, of course. But it's for leaders, creators, and doers. And I will be teaching mindfulness classes, relaxation classes, redefining success, and group coaching calls, but also handing over the platform to people in the community that are doing it in life and explaining how and breaking down their whole process, and giving forums for us to chat about various things that come up in work and life, and being support of this transformation that we're going in, and redefining what work means, and redefining who we are as leaders, showing up with titles like cosmic mixologist and and making money doing that, ladies and gentlemen. So
who did that?
Yes. So the Abundant Business Collective is coming soon. I am launching that in the beginning of February, and I'll be sending out more information about that. And we will continue our Leaders Live episodes every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time for those who can join.
Awesome. Super excited.
Bethy, this is so amazing. Thank you for your time, and I know that it is now time for us to shut it down and go into dreamland.
Thank you so much, Alexa.
Thank you, Beth. Have a beautiful night. I'll talk to you soon.
You too.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening wherever you are in the world, and remember your worth, and just show up and be seen, right? As Beth said, and nurture those relationships. Good night. Let's see if I can get this down.